where the industry involved has substantial national security sensitivity in the form of possessing technological knowledge of a kind that is not otherwise available and that could be used in ways that are adverse to our national security. Where the industry involved is sufficiently sensitive, is sufficiently central to networks that a decision by those who controlled it could have substantial adverse impacts on the U.S. economy. Or, well, in those two cases, I think it's appropriate for there to be very serious scrutiny and protection of national security interests. I think we have to be very careful in making sure that we are realistic about when technology is otherwise available and when it isn't. And there's some tendency to restrict access to investment on technological grounds when the technologies involved, in fact, are not hard to learn about from open sources, and that makes one cautious about protection. And I think we have to be cautious about tit-for-tat strategies where we don't really have an objection to the investment in question or see danger from the investment in question, but there are other aspects of Chinese policy, including policy towards US investment, that we don't like, and the proposal is to retaliate. And I think we just need to be very careful in the way in which we execute those kinds of strategies. I think there are probably three major issues on the economic side that seem to me important in looking at the U.S.-China relationship going forward. One is the avoidance of a re-widening of imbalances on a large scale as the two economies evolve, which I think would be quite unfortunate for both U.S. economic performance and the global trading system. Second, a range of Chinese business practices that are unacceptable in terms of what they mean for the competitive position of foreign firms and how that's going to be addressed. How that's going to be addressed going forward. And third, the question of American and Chinese cooperation with respect to the global financial architecture, the future role of the IMF. Is there going to be a global system? What is the future of the development banks at a time when China now is lending money in larger quantities than the development banks, and at a time when so many countries have such substantial reserves that the whole question of the role of the development banks looms as an important one. So international financial architecture, business practices, future surpluses would be probably three areas that I would regard as especially central in the economic area.